See, get this screen on here. Not registering that I'm live yet, so. Okay, let's see if we can get this monitor on. Huh. That's weird. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Oops. All right. So, got a few things kind of prepped. Oh.
It's a great name, but your voice doesn't quite.
Got a little scratch in the back of Tom here. Old battle wound. That's okay.
Battlefield radio voice. Or clear up your comms with the voice enhancer. Our app works with any gamer app that supports voice chat. Download VoiceMod and become whoever you want.
What's up, Grass Bass? How you doing, buddy? What you been up to, man? I'm gonna start right off the bat with a little grinder action. I'm gonna cut the seat pan. I basically tied this string on here, right on this part. Made it go all the way back here to the center of the wheel, lined it up the best I could, and then measured it and traced out the seat pan so it's a little more even. I'm going to cut this whole piece off, and then I will weld these two bolts on there. I'm going to use the grinder. Actually did a little bit of cleaning, guys. It's a little bit cleaned up down there. That's actually clean. That's a clean pile, believe it or not. All right, let me grab the grinder, since I did, in fact, put it away. Actually did try and clean up a little bit. Let's see here. Grab my glasses too. This is the 2008 Lance Milan GY6. After finishing the seat, my buddy actually has some handlebars that he's going to give me that I might modify or might use them as is. Not sure yet. But while I wait on those, I will probably work on this. This is the other side luggage carrier. So, work on that. That'll be fun. What's up, Esteban? This is a little GY6 scooter, a little Mad Max scooter that I've been working on. Late night projects, exactly. Wrenching for fun. Grass Bass has it right. Working on a scooter, making it look cool. Here with Tom. What's up, Esteban? This is Tom, the gremlin. He showed up a couple months back. Asked if he could stay on the couch. I said, sure. He said probably for a couple weeks. I said, yeah, not a problem, man. In a couple months. So he's been hanging out, helping out, if you want to call it that. He'll be just monitoring right here for right now. Keeping an eye on Gizmo, making sure he's going to stay out of trouble. Just plug in real quick. If you guys are wearing headphones or you have your speakers that you might want to turn down. Is that what you, yes, exactly. That is Lil Willis. What's up, Bruce Taylor? Glad you're here, Bruce. We're going to be working on this little scooter here. This is the little, here's some brake lights. And this is the, like, kind of storage area, toolbox. I'm going to be cutting out this part of the seat pan. And Gizmo, of course, is going to keep an eye on things. Chewbacca is just, he's just hanging in there. All right, guys, if you're wearing your headphones or something, you might want to turn it down. Might get a little bit loud for a minute. I'm gonna try not to, let me grab my marker real quick. Try not to cut this string. Actually, probably gonna leave a little bit of this on here. Okay. All right, let's do it. What's up, Steve? What's up, Jennifer? Let me move you guys up so you can actually see what I'm doing a little bit. I'll put you up here. Hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing. I'll try not to block the view too much while also not screwing it up. Hopefully Gizmo can just hang out there. Already screwing something up. Alright, so What's up, Meta Chakraborty? It is a little bit Star Wars themed, kind of Mad Max themed. Starting to rain. I might have to run a small bead across the top of there. I kind of cut into the top of this cross support a little bit. That's okay. I started to have to rush a little bit because it is starting to rain. And you're not supposed to get Mogwai wet, as you may know. So, it's just starting to drizzle a little bit.
It is if you're on Artlist.
Huh?
What? Sora 2 is now on Artlist. The most advanced AI video model is now available in every region. No invite code needed. Get incredible realism with fully integrated sound.
You keep the frame, I keep the story.
Build your own world with multi-shot stories and character consistency for any genre, all based on your prompt. So go to Artlist and start creating without limits.
I might actually trim this side just a little bit. I think it's a little bit off.
Let me show you what I got.
Grab my marker. Courtney just got a perm the other night, so she's trying not to get her hair wet, but it's still a bit late. What's up, Milo? Thank you for the bronze medal, Milo. What's going on, Milo Torres? How you doing, Milo? Thank you for that bronze medal. Milo, 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 Milo. Torres, 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 Torres. The one and only Michael. The one and only Milo Torres is here, guys. Michael Torres is not here yet. I haven't seen him yet. He has not showed his face. I don't know if he will, but I know that Milo has. I know that much. Michael Torres, not showing his face yet. And that's Michael Torres just shows up right now and he's like, what? WWE style. Everyone's like, oh, oh. Okay. I am actually going to remove this piece of string now. The moment of truth, guys. This has been 30 episodes in the making. What's up, Forbidden Kiwi and Izzy? Izzy's here, guys. Izzy is here. Izzy actually used to work at Hostess with Tom here. What's up, Izzy? Long time no see. Break off a piece of Levi Jones. New here. What's up? Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat. It's not midnight yet. I can still have a snack. Guys, he is hungry. So feel free to throw a snack his way. He does prefer Nutter Butters. That's his thing right now. He's on a Nutter Butter craze. I can't explain it. He eats them by the handful. I don't argue with him. I just said, okay, go ahead. I said, are you sure? Because there's a lot of carbs. He said he didn't care. I said, okay, whatever you want to do, dude. It's up to you. It's your life. It's your freaking life, dude. Mi primo, says Milo. Thank you for breaking off a piece. That is Tom. He is one of the newest residents here at Fang's Garage. He's been cool to live with. He started off by being real considerate with the dishes and everything, but now he just kind of leaves them. He doesn't even leave them in the sink. He just leaves them next to the sink, like sink adjacent. I'm like, dude, come on. I said, you know I'm gonna do these dishes. Why you just leave them here? He doesn't care. So this is basically what it's gonna look like, guys. There's gonna be a little tail piece on here. The seat is gonna go like this. It's gonna end right here. There's gonna be a little space, and then there's going to be another little seat pad right here. It's not really gonna be used for a seat, but it'll be cool. And if Gizmo ever wants to go for a trip with Andres, he could probably hang on there. Or he could, Andres could also put a little roll bag here. It'll look cool, something like that. But this is eventually going to go on the back here. That's why the seat pan is tapered like this. So, yeah. I think it's going to look pretty cool. Just have to do a little bit more trimming right here. And then I'm going to see if I can put maybe... Actually, I think these will probably be good nuts and bolts. I'll just clean these all off with a grinder and then weld them on there. And then essentially the rear, or I guess the whole seat pan will be done. So that'll be cool. On this side of the scooter, I'm going to use another jerry can, but this one has been cut like this. And it's going to be right here. It's going to be like essentially level with where the seat pan is at right here. I'm going to keep these rails on the top right here as like a grab rail if Andres does happen to have a female or whoever, anybody, whoever he decides to have on the back of here. He could have Courtney here on the back of the scooter, and if she needed to hold on to something, this would be like a good grab rail
Life
to hold on
is more
to.
legal than you think.
I'm considering another brake light right here,
whether it's
right in the back.
registering a business, starting a will,
Let me skip to that real quick.
or staying on top of your business licenses. When you need a legal hand, turn to LegalZoom.
Sorry, guys. So there's going to be a brake light in the back. There'll be brake light right here, some sort of brake light, not the same as this one, but a different one. And then on the bottom right here, it's going to be flat. Okay, if you could imagine, it's going to be sitting like this though, right? Down here is going to be the license plate. Okay, and on the bottom of this, there's going to be a license plate light that is shining downward like this, and it'll be shining down onto the license plate down here. Again, another great idea by my friend Leo. So gonna start brainstorming ideas on this because I have to figure out how the door is going to open and such. It's going to be something a little more complex than this side, believe it or not. So it should look cool whenever it's done. There's some wiring to do and stuff like that, but for today, what I'd like to at least get done is probably I guess these don't have to be cut off right away, but I'd like to get the seat pan welded all up and stuff. So I am going to probably remove the seat pan. Let's go Courtney over here. Let's see. Quick question. What the heck? Volana, we're working on a little Mad Max looking scooter right now. Glad you're here, Volana. And breaking off, I am glad. Thank you for subscribing. Breaking off. What's going on? Hang-a-lang-a-ding-dang. It says YouTube 7. What's going on, YouTube 7? Looks like a red toaster. Exactly, it is a red toaster. It actually has a toast feature, guys. I took out the internals of it already, but there is a toast feature that I'm going to be putting on here. It's going to have the toast eject downward out, so he will have to have the plate underneath right there. And then once it's done and the timer's done right here, it's going to have the timer on this dial right here. The toast is just going to drop right out, and it'll be like a nice little breakfast platter. It just depends on how long you want to have the toast in there. What's going on? Howdy. Yo, bro, I'm just passing through. Had a question. Is that gas or electric? Looks sick so far. Got a punk Mad Max vibe. It is a gas scooter. I'll show you it real quick. It is a GY6 scooter. This is the engine on it right here. Kind of hard to see. It's kind of buried. But yeah, just working on the seat pan right now. And we're hanging out with Tom, Courtney, and Gizmo, and a couple other people, a couple other critters. So I'm gonna get the seat pan off real quick. How are you doing, YouTube 7? Courtney is, of course, the safety coordinator. Right here somewhere. Yeah, there you go. Safety coordinator, stunt woman. She is the stunt double for pretty much everyone. Thanks, Garage. We do a lot of stunts here. We're always ripping and rolling all over the floor and stuff. And she's usually there's like a basically a mask and a wig and everything for everybody here at the garage. So there's a bald cap and a dreadlock beard for me, obviously. And she'll wear that and then do some of the stunts that you guys see me do whenever I'm jumping off the buildings, skydiving, stuff like that. She's kind of the stunt double so that I don't have to do that stuff because I'm, you know, I'll only do it if it's a real stunt, like if I'm jumping out of a helicopter or something like that. If it's something minor, like maybe cliff diving or something like that, or maybe the squirrel flying suit, I'll let her do that with the bald cap on. That's easy enough. Same thing with Gizmo. There's a pair of Gizmo ears and some little tiny feet and hands, like gloves and stuff. And she'll wear that and kind of act like she's Gizmo so that like he doesn't have to do the actual stunts. He's kind of a diva like that. He doesn't like to do his own stunts. I personally like to do my own, but I'll only do it if it's extreme enough. I don't want to just, you know, I don't want to be doing any kind of jumping out of a flaming car or anything like that. So that's all kind of, I've done that stuff a million times, you know. All right. Take the seat pan off.
For adults with type 2
Just like
diabetes, do you know about Mounjaro?
This will eventually be the actual seat.
With Mounjaro, 3 out of 4 people reach
Like so many layers to this thing now.
Plus,
Okay.
people lost up to 25 pounds. Mounjaro if you're allergic to, or if you or someone in your family have medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction,
Okay.
a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or vision changes. Serious side effects may include
Let me clean this off with a
taking
flap wheel.
sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
let me see what kind of ailment I have now, because they diagnosed me with schizophrenia.
And before scheduled procedures.
They were suggesting schizophrenia meds yesterday. I said, that's not, come on, algorithm. Does Gizmo have any furry friends? Yes, he does. They're actually having a sleepover tomorrow night. I said, you guys better not be spilling popcorn and M&Ms all over the place like you did last time. They were going wild. They were watching, what was it? I think it was the Minions movie. I said, you guys got to stop. You got to turn it down a little bit, Gizmo. He's getting so loud. Nosferatu Mick Bites a lot says, oh, dude, you're so cool. I love your look. I love Gremlins. I'm about to subscribe. I feel like you built some insane stuff. Nosferatu, I try to build the cool stuff that I can. And I have a couple motorcycles that I'm pretty fond of that I think look pretty cool. And I think right now the total is like, I think 8 motorcycles. 2 of them are, one of them is kind of done, and then one of them is like about 50% done. And the rest I have not really done much to. So I plan on putting my own little personal Frankenstein touch on it. That's kind of what I guess I kind of adopted. Frankenstein, Mad Max builds. So that's what I'll continue to do. All right, I'm gonna use the grinder again, guys. So if you're wearing headphones, might want to turn it down a bit. Shouldn't be for too long. Somebody did call me a pirate the other day, though. He said, you look like a pirate. I said, I am. And at the time, my foot was kind of injured. And they said, he even walks like a pirate. I should have said, you should see my peg leg. It's got tools. It's like a Swiss Army knife. think it is pretty much ready to weld, besides the bolts. Just gotta clean those up. Actually gonna get the wire wheel for this one. Hate using this thing. What's with all the dolls? Says Grub 187. They are not dolls. They are, of course, co-hosts here at Fang's Garage.
The truth is in your hands. Survive or die.
Grub 187. This is Tom.
What's up, Grubby? Hey, Milo. Is Lucy here? The Great Bass Tackle Marketplace Rides. That's right, buddy. It's $100. Facebook Marketplace. He's I love you, troll. That's good one, Grass Bass.
Save time creating content and generate a high quality.
Yeah, they're just here hanging out.
11 Labs. Change the way you record.
But yeah, you're right. Marketplace is where I got this. $100.
One AI-powered voice generating technology. Stop searching for the perfect voice.
$100. I spent approximately $4,000 on it so far.
Try 11 Labs for free and start
4,000.
elevating your content today.
Not too bad. Not too bad of an investment. It's worth it. What's up, Grub? Grub 187. Grub 187. Me and Grub 187 go way back. We actually used to work at a mannequin factory. We were installing the pupils in mannequins. So really extensive work. I mean, Grub was, of course, a great coworker. Grub would always bring in enchiladas into work. I said, Grub, how do you get these enchiladas? They're so delicious. Where are you getting these from? And Grub said, you know what? My cousin actually knows a guy. He sells the enchiladas. And my cousin gets hooked up. So that's why I bring them. And I know that you like them. And I said, you're so kind, Grub. I said, thanks for bringing these. I said, you know how hard it is to be assembling all these mannequin heads? And Grub said, yeah, I know. Oh, great. Now it's raining. Operation Move the Scooter a little bit is now in effect. Not that I don't mind. It would actually be nice if Gizmo were to multiply and there'd be a couple little Mogwai running around helping me. Or even some gremlins, but I don't want everything to get too rusted out yet. Not that I don't want it to rust, I just don't want it to rust out completely yet. So, including stuff like the seat pan and such that I will be like welding and stuff. So, okay. Courtney, of course, drank a little bit too much of the Mountain Dew Code Red. I splurged. I got some Little Caesars. I said, let's get some Mountain Dew Code Red. And Courtney went buck wild and started drinking it like she had never drank it before. I said, I know we don't get it that often, but you don't have to be that crazy about it, Courtney. But she drank almost all of it, so yeah, almost nobody else got any. Hello, says you need a turbo. I do need a turbo. Send me one. I'll put it on here. I'll make this engine explode. I'll put a turbo and then put some nitrous on there. I'm glad you're here. Hello, Daddy Gali Vivo. Sorry. What's up, Lisa? Bro, that lady head is disturbing. Says Grub 187. Grub, she is not disturbing, and neither is the newest protege of Fang's Garage. She does not have a name yet, but she is here just to hang out and kind of study things. Kind of study and just see how things are. Like, she doesn't really know how to work on the scooters. So she's kind of studying and just seeing like basically how to work on this stuff, like how to kind of, you know, make casseroles, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a ball of plasma. Courtney doesn't know yet, but she was actually trying to figure it out the other day, so I'm just gonna try and help her. But guys, I'm gonna use the grinder real quick. Let me move this. What's up, sarcastic scoundrel? I dislike life so much that it's almost funny. This contraption cured my depression. Well, I'm glad you're here, sarcastic scoundrel. Yes, it does drive, Bomba. Just got it riding the other day. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm going to be using the grinder. It is starting to rain a bit, but that's okay. I'm still got to get stuff done, so that's not going to stop me. If anything starts happening with Tom here, please feel free to scream as loud as you can. I might be able to hear you. Probably not, but it's possible. Alright, I'm going to try and use this wire wheel on here. I hate using this thing because it flicks these wires all over the place. Okay. Just burnt my hand a little bit. That's all right. It's all part of the process. Okay, I will just have to clean off the washers. I'll probably grab some gloves and just do that. Okay. We're getting there. What's going on, Alexander Vasquez? Working on a GY6 scooter right now, Alexander. Here it is, Alexander. Wired chat. Exactly. I like your thinking there, Surf Mutt. Let's see here. Need to grab some gloves and some pliers. We'll be set up for welding pretty soon here, or close to it. Actually, I'll just keep on this one, twist this around. Okay. Thank you, Milo. I appreciate the kind words, buddy. Milo says the scooter is coming along nicely. I agree, Milo. Like I said yesterday, I need to have my buddy Leo come over more often and give me some more ideas. It's nice to have a fresh set of eyes on it. Besides Courtney here, she her eyes are a little bit jaded. She's used to the lunacy of Fang's garage. I'm gonna use this. Actually, let me grab some. Let me grab some pliers. She's used to it. I'm not even used to it. None of my personalities are used to it, according to that commercial they suggest. I think it's all squared away. I'm actually going to hit this with the grinder wheel real quick on these bolts. All right. So, just double check, put this back on. Basically, the plan is I am going to hope that it stops raining, first of all. Second, I'm going to put this back on here so that I'm sure that everything is lined up perfectly as far as the bolts and everything. Bolts it all back up, and then bolts it all back up, and then basically, I mean, I could probably weld it while it's on here and just completely have it so it won't get messed up. Shouldn't be too hard to weld while it's on here because it's like relatively flat. So let me get this thing up on the center stand real quick. Oops, sorry, Courtney. Makeup got a little bit smudged. That's all right. She's used to it by now, guys. She's more than used to it by now. Okay. Get these bolts. See where these things go. Oh yeah, those ones. Let me get some acetone and stuff first. All right. I'm gonna have to do a little negotiating with the garage. Is Thursday laundry day? Clothes are building up in the garage. Exactly, YouTube 7. They are. No, YouTube 7, I just have a surplus of jackets. I, believe it or not, just have way too many jackets and vests. That's like one of my guilty pleasures. I collect vests and jackets and clothes, helmets, stuff like that. And then I wear the same 2 shirts for
Looking for new
3 weeks.
furniture at huge discounts? Shop Ashley's President's Day sale, where you can.
I have 75 vests and I wear the same one every single day until it's tattered so far into like non-existence that I can't even wear it anymore. The last bike on the left. Yeah, exactly. Grass Bash, not the first time she hit her head. She hits her head all the time. Headboard. Yeah, Milo, she needs a little lampshade. Yeah, YouTube, she needs to get that checked out. That is not looking too healthy. Let me move the chair real quick. Move the chair inside so I can get the welder out of here, and you guys will be able to see. Uh-oh. What's up, my rooster face? Courtney just took a nosedive. She is out of it. She had way too much Kraft Easy Mac tonight. She is freaking acting loopy ever since the Super Bowl. All right, let me get this chair in here, and then I can grab the welder. I got those clothes piling up. You know I'm piling up those clothes. I can't deny it, Milo. Neither can Courtney. She's been acting wild tonight. She's listening to Motley Crue on her Walkman. She still has a Walkman. Listening to Motley Crue, spitting a lot. She's being real loud. So what's gotten into you? What the heck has gotten into you, Courtney? I really want to know. She couldn't answer me. Yeah, she did fall off the wagon again. What's up, Nick? How you doing, Nick? Courtney's being a real head case tonight. Exactly, Nick. She is headstrong. She's actually singing that song. She's like, back off, we'll take you on. Headstrong, we'll take on. I said, can you not sing that song anymore, Courtney? That song is old. I said, I'm listening to old songs again, Courtney, and even I can't stand to listen to that one. I said, can you not start singing Headstrong? Was that by Trapt? Is that the group Trapt? T-R-A-P-T. Gosh, when I hear that song, that's an immediate skip. Because I must have heard that song about 70,000 times when I was a young teenager. I was like, yeah, you better back off. I am headstrong. You better back off. Hey, back off. You have no idea how strong my head is. Let me make sure I don't need anything before I go crawl all the way out of here. Let me grab one more thing of filler wire. It's actually listening to that song a lot when me and Gizmo were working at Best Buy. That was a fun time.
What's that? I just built a budgeting app and base for the book.
That was a fun time with Gizmo.
Built an app.
Impossible.
Just working at Best Buy. And Gizmo was working in the Geek Squad, of course. He was working in Geek Squad. I was working in the washers and dryers. And I mean, I was making, I think it was about $7 an hour. They had me scheduled for 2 hours a day. So I was only making about $14 a day. And then I had to take the bus there. And that cost me, I think it was about $8 each way. So I was really losing a lot of money at the time. I was like, Gizmo, I don't think this is worth my time. I said, it's taking me an hour to get down to work. And, you know, I'm like, this is like not very profitable for me. I can't even do this right now, dude. Grass Bass says, when your parents piss you off and you go for a walk at 15, exactly, Grass Bass. They don't even freaking understand, all right? They have no idea what I've been going through, okay? They have no idea the kind of struggles that I face. When they were growing up, it was so much different. Oh man, it is more windy than it has ever been. It is like Captain Planet is about to show up. Or somebody said, Earth, wind, and then like they just paused on that part. And then wind was just sitting there, just whipping up all this wind. It's like seriously a storm. That's perfect. That's exactly what you want when you're welding, is a windstorm. Guys, make note, if you are following along and also doing some welding, make sure that you try and summon the wind to blow as hard as it possibly can to make it a little more challenging and increase your skills. Don't settle for just regular welding, okay? Make it as hard as possible. Try and weld upside down, weld while you're swinging on a swing sweat. Yeah, I said swing sweat. That's the hot sauna version of a swing. That's when you're swinging indoors in a really hot room. Me and Gizmo did that the other day. It was at 24 Hour Fitness. It was a really expensive thing. He was on there on that swing like, whoa, whoa, whoa. 150 degrees in the room, 200% humidity. It was pretty crazy. It was almost like you were swimming. You couldn't even barely breathe. But yeah, we were in that, it was called the Swing Sweat. It was pretty intense. It was a new program they had at the YMCA. Sorry guys, I had to hide a few things. Just had to close a few hatch doors and things like that. Get inside. Just kidding. I just have to move her out of the way. I don't know. I guess I'll have to try and... I had a thought the other day. I said, okay, it's going to rain tomorrow. So what am I going to do tomorrow? I said I could try and migrate the scooter indoors and try and get it inside there. So maybe I'll have to stop and do that right now. What do you guys think? Should I do that? I'm gonna have to do that, or else tomorrow I will have to work on a model kit, which I don't really want to do. Cherries and berries. I like to swing. I have my bedroom, says Road King. Whoa, Road King. They call him the Swing King. The King of Swing. Yeah. Let's try and hang this sign up. The CB750 can't really move anywhere. I would just have to move like the drill press and stuff. But yeah, I think it's gonna be borderline impossible to weld even right here because I can feel the wind blowing like right here. So it would have to be like at least this far in to get away from it. Yeah, let me move a couple of things and try and freaking get this somewhat sorted out. Luckily last night I had kind of thought of this. I thought I'm gonna have to either not work on stuff tomorrow or make it an indoor live, or I had to make room. So at 1 a.m. last night after the live, I was up over here like scurrying around trying to freaking clean up in case this was the case, and it is the case. So there we go. This is something else that I want to try and do soon, is get this installed. This light is going to go on the forks. It's going to go on the stationary part of the fork, so I think it's going to look sick. And it'll be cool because it'll be wherever the handlebars are pointed, that's where it'll be at. So
If you have tried multiple oral antidepressants and they haven't worked,
okay.
after 2, you can try
They don't have to be trying to target me like this. Okay? I don't need that.
Reduce depression
Alright.
symptoms.
You don't actually have depression when you're this busy. You can't.
With or without an oral
So, isn't that what they say? Depression can't handle a moving target?
Depression, while the exact
Just keep moving. Okay, catch me. Drinking a Celsius, you'll never stop moving. Whenever I'm in bed and I'm laying down sleeping, I'm not actually laying or resting. My body is just kind of vibrating around, like hovering around in the bed, like kind of gyrating throughout the bed. It's okay. It's fun. It works out. Kind of like those chairs that they have at the like county fair, where like when your feet are tired and they're supposed to like make your feet feel better, but then you pay $2 and you're like, I thought these things used to be 50 cents. You pay $2 and it's with your card, and then it's like you're sitting there gyrating your feet like, and you're like, this freaking hurts. Like, why? Nobody, does this feel good for anybody? It freaking hurts. It's like, why would vibrating your feet super hard hurt? I mean, why would it feel good at all? It doesn't actually make any sense now I think about it. Like, no, that thing actually feels like it would probably kind of hurt. It's just like the hardest you could legally vibrate someone's foot. They said they probably actually had a law firm. They were like, you know what? Let's consult and see how hard can we legally vibrate someone's feet. They said, just enough to almost vibrate their toenails off. It's gonna almost break people's toenails. Like, okay, perfect. Let's do that. And that's what they decided to do. I'm pretty sure that's how they went about deciding it. Okay, I can definitely hide some of the stuff in here. Again, this is like a Tetris situation where I'm like trying to just squeeze more and more stuff into the garage. I don't want to make it so I have to spend an hour to get one thing out, but you know, everything is accessible as of right now. Unless it's the wind that is going to be attacking me. Then I need to freaking... Can't do anything about that, but retreat. What's up, my rooster face? I'm going to have to run, my rooster face. Porosity nightmare, exactly. Milo, I don't want to be dealing with that. Are you using the toys in a horror movie? Joseph, one of your toy came from the movie Demonic Toys. Oh, I did not know that. Not using them in a horror movie. And Joseph, they're just some of the cast members here at Fang's Garage. This, of course, is Tom.
What's up, Joseph? How you doing, buddy? Me and Joseph go way back. We actually used to work at a small donut shop. It was in LA. We'd be working an overnight shift. I'd be making the donut holes. I'd be like, looking at the oil. I'd be like, what's up, Joseph? How you doing, buddy? And then he'd be like, I'm doing good, man. How you doing? I'm doing good, man. Just working on the donut holes, you know. It was super tiring, man. We'd be there all night, covered in flour, dough, everything, man. It was a good time.
Yeah, apparently Tom and Joseph go way back. They used to work in a donut shop in LA. They said it was a famous donut shop, but I haven't actually been to it yet. That's actually the cell phone towers buzzing. I hope not. I can feel the 5G coursing through my body. Courtney, Gizmo, and Tom look aggravated because of the new lady. Yeah, exactly. They might be a little bit pissed off because the new lady is kind of in their spot. Right now, let's see, is that Gary? Yes. Right now, Gary, I am trying to clean a little bit of the garage a little right now to hopefully get the scooter in right here to do the welding out of the wind. Shouldn't take that long. Gary, how you doing, Gary? I have not forgotten about your prize wheel prize, Gary. I'm just trying to get a PO box set up. A couple people have asked me about if I have a PO box, and I'm just trying to get one set up. I'm trying to get like some stickers. Not exactly stickers made, but I'm trying to set up a business basically, and I don't want to be like paying all this crazy amount of money out of pocket for all this stuff. As far as a PO box and stuff, it's not like exactly cheap. So I have not forgotten about that, Gary, and anyone else that did win on the prize wheel giveaway episode. I still have everything packaged up and ready to ship. I'm just trying to find time to get all that stuff squared away. So I will send it out. And of course, if I get stickers made and stuff, I will throw some in there for you as well. So the longer it takes, the better off it is probably for you guys. But it won't take forever. Trying to get squared away and organized, obviously, and not just with my tools. Okay, I can move this deeper into the garage. I need to find a new thing for this because now, like, it doesn't even close. I need to like make some kind of lock thing to hold it closed. Over 9,000. That'd be crazy, Myros. I'm gonna put some nitrous and a turbo on this scooter. I think I've decided. Start setting that all up. See what happens. Maybe put some hydraulics on it. I don't know. We'll go from there and just see basically what'll happen.
Sora
R2 video generation.
Almost there, guys. Just have a small handful of things to move.
Sora 2 is now on Artlist. The most advanced AI video model is now available in every region. No invite code needed. Get incredible realism with fully integrated sound.
You keep the frame, I keep the story.
Build your own world with multi-shot stories and character consistency for any genre, all based on your prompt. So go to Artlist and start creating without limits.
Put all these things away. Put them over here at least. The welder was about 1,000% easier than usual to grab, so that worked out. Okay. Thanks for understanding, Gary. Milo says, you sure won't cook the head? I hope not, Milo. I really hope not. I'm thinking maybe I should make a optional head mount on this thing, on the scooter somewhere. Maybe some sort of rotating thing. Maybe right here, in case he does need some sort of a lookout. Oh, the gremlin's ear is in the way. Oh well. I'll have to show you guys another time. But I'm thinking some sort of rotating head design. Maybe I could hook it up to the CVT, the constant variable transmission, so the faster he goes, it'll be like zoom, 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 zoom. Guys, if you ever want to see where I get this stuff at the swap meet, you should see whenever I ride home with it. It is flying on the back of my motorcycle like, whoa. Definitely get some looks from people. Kind of hard to get people's reactions, though. Lately, I have noticed that like everyone's car window is tinted, so you can't like really see. Like I was driving around with the Craig was actually riding my motorcycle, the Cyclops, riding around. You could like barely see people's faces. Also, a big thing that has to do with is the glare from like the clouds and the sun and stuff. But well, most people have like their car windows tinted now, so hard to see people screaming in terror. But they do. They always scream in terror. Even without Craig, they still scream in terror. It's a normal reaction. Even without the vest, they scream in terror. Even without the piercings, they scream in terror. It's okay. Keep people on edge. Make sure they're awake. Wake up! Wake up! That's how I wake up my kids in the morning. Wake up! The house is on fire! Wake up! Gets them out of bed like that. They're out of bed so fast. They're out of bed. They have a fire extinguisher in their hand. They're running. That's how you get them up out of bed. Okay. And of course, as per tradition, as soon as I have cleared this out, now the wind has completely ceased. Just kidding. Still there. I would like to possibly even, I don't know how I could do it, but maybe if I took the saddlebag off. Let me take this off. Okay, if you guys are keeping track, if you're keeping track, Road King, this is number 1,573. That is how many times I've taken off this luggage thing. There's a counter up there on the top of the screen right there. You guys see it? I've worked for about 6 weeks on this graphic. It better freaking be up there. If it's not up there, I'm going to be super upset. Is it up there, guys? Producers? Is it up there? What do you mean it's not up there? Are you serious? Are you freaking kidding me right now? You know how long I work on it? Good, well, we're gonna have to talk about this. Okay. I guess the graphic's not up there, guys. So, gosh, unbelievable. I worked on that graphic for so long. Twin cam shorts? You got a twin cam? Nice. Glad you see it. Roost? You have a twin cam? Is that what I'm understanding? Milo says Pomona swap meet is cool. I've heard about that, but I have not checked it out. I'll have to check it out.
Once I figured out that Shopify was a thing, I never.
This is going to be the next project, guys.
A site with my eyes closed.
Once this little scooter is finally done.
My business with Shopify.
But for now, it's just in the way. Okay. Let's see the twin cam. I want to see it. I just saw a short actually about a twin cam. About something. I think it was about a twin cam. Something about drilling out this top part. I can't remember. I think it was maybe. I can't remember. It was these two little oil ports or something like that. This guy was talking about drilling them out. But I don't have a twin cam, so I didn't really fully understand what he was doing. But there was a lot of debate in the comments. They were like, well, they don't know what they're talking about. Why is he drilling that out? I said, let him drill it out. Let him get his drill on. This is not a drill, guys. This is Fang's Garage Live. No need for alarm. Let's see how far I can get it into the garage. I might actually be able to get it like all the way in there. That'd be sick. If it's raining, usually the rain will only splash like about this far. I have a couple wheels that I could put out there, but it won't really free up much space. Get to the chopper, says Grass Bass. I'm hoping I can get to that chopper eventually. I started working on it like a year and a half ago, and then I was just like, oh, okay, now I'll just stop. I just completely stopped. But also, it's because I was like kind of not really motivated to work on it, and also I was kind of I didn't have parts. Since then, I have gotten like, I think essentially all the parts that I need to finish the bike, besides like maybe some sheet metal now that I was going to be using for that bike, but now I use it for this bike, which I can get almost not. I don't have to go too far away to get. Nice. Just do a little negotiating with this drill press here, and maybe say swing this around a bit on the kickstand. Nope. Okay, let me take off this license plate light, or the license plate frame. That'll give me a little more room. It's almost in there. I mean, I could like maybe do it like diagonal a bit. Right now I could definitely weld on it, but I'm just trying to figure out for tomorrow's live stream if I could maybe get it set up so I could pull it in here a little bit. I could maybe move for like temporary purposes, like a couple of these things in here. But if it's like wedged in between here like this, what am I gonna be able to do to it? Like look at it and stare at it, so. What's up, Kingpin? How you doing? Yeah, howdy. I have a shovel head that I need to work on as well. I need to get that thing going. Kingpin says, what's up, Fang, Gizmo, and Courtney? I want to get a limo to pick y'all up and have y'all go visit Fremont, Vegas. That would be sick, Kingpin. I've never been to Vegas before. I heard it's cool. I am not much of a gambler. I used to. I used to go with Gizmo. He was. We unfortunately got kicked out of a casino because he was doing some card counting. I said, "How do you do that, Gizmo?" He was really good at it. He was doing all these little equations in his mind. It was like passing before his eyes. He was somehow counting all those cards. They said, "How are you doing that?" They actually caught him, kicked him out. I said, "Okay, man, we gotta go." He tried to sneak into the buffet afterwards, and they said, "Nope, you gotta go," and they kicked us out. So, Road King, it is a 1981. I don't know anything about it, Road King, to be honest with you. I have never worked on a shovel head. I got it for $750. I thought that was a pretty good deal. And it came with the title and everything, so I didn't touch him. Wasn't me. That was not me. He did that on his own. He is feeling grumpy today. He's feeling a little bit agitated. Just being real, dude. What is it? Wait a minute. Just being real, dude. What's good, Moses?
Your year with awe and awesome.
Ring a ding dong. Just ring the doorbell. The Fang Gang's Garage in Hong Kong.
Bold flavors and live music at Mardi Gras.
What's up, Moses? 750 with a title. I give you 2K right now. This is just being real, dude.
Save up to $500.
Yeah, 2K? That's a lot of food. I can get a lot of Popeyes with that. Love that chicken from Popeyes.
He loves Popeyes, guys.
Pay no interest for 24 months on select purchases with your good
I
credit.
mean, what can I say? The chicken sandwich from Popeyes is really good. But I don't know. I can't sell that thing yet.
Can't sell it.
Can't sell the shovel head. I haven't been able to mess with it yet. It's bone stock, so I can't sell it yet. It hasn't been tampered with. If I sell it, I at least have to cut off a bunch of tabs and stuff. Cut off all the tabs off the backbone and everything. Okay. This should be good. Let me make sure Tom is somewhat secure on there. I'll actually probably put the camera out there and just migrate everyone in here. All right, this will work out good. Confident? Confident something's gonna fall on my head or something pretty soon? Throw Tom up here real quick. The casinos can ban you for just winning, says Grass Bass. Oh man, I believe it. They're like, man, they can't be winning that much. Gizmo was winning. He's playing a lot of the it was a Go Fish game. They said, how is he winning so much? He just kept saying, go fish, go fish, go fish. And eventually they kicked us out of another casino because of that. Okay. Got Courtney up here. Got to move a couple things now that are kind of in the way of the welder. This is the way. Did you guys see that there's going to be a Mandalorian movie? It's cool. I'm semi-excited about that. I hope they do good with that. Lindsay Moose Way Pio 2406. What's up, Lindsay? How you doing, Lindsay? My friend let his sit 2 years and his engine froze up. Oh man, it's been sitting for much longer than that. I've spent many hours working on mine. That's why I bought the Road King in 2001. Haven't rid it since. Oh man, I hope that's not the case. I would have said rid anyways. Road. They interlink now. Oh man, I hope they're not interlinking too much. Not interlinking without me. Moses says fly under the radar threshold buffet and gone home. Yeah, you know what? That's the problem. Gizmo was not flying under the radar. He was being real crazy with his winnings. He was throwing his money in the air. He had one of those money guns. I said, where'd you get that? He had one of those little money guns where it shoots money all over the place. I was like, dude, how did you get one of those things? And he was just shooting money all over the place. I was like, this is crazy, dude. He was making it rain. But actually the scary part was it was a unregulated money gun. The money gun that Gizmo had did not have a VIN number on it. So that was a little bit sketchy. I said, where'd you get that money gun from? The reason I knew it was not a savvy money gun is because it was really powered and it was actually hurting people. People were getting seriously injured. I said, where'd you get that thing, Gizmo? He would not tell me. Exactly, Moses. Typical Gizmo activities. I'm gonna put you guys out here. Hopefully it doesn't start raining too much. Actually, I'll put it way up here. How about that? Alright. Probably a little too far away. Sorry guys. I'm indecisive. Alright. Let's look. Get the acetone ready. Wipe it all down. Be good to go. Great. Where did I put those bolts? The thing that I was going to weld. Put it somewhere. That is MIA. It's in there. No. Oh, it's right there. Okay. Oops. Sorry, buddy. Yes, Fangs, I love that motorcycle. Man Cave. Thank you, Kingpin. We'll make a Fangs Garage Vegas edition. Live from Vegas. Okay. Let's get to it. Oops. Gizmo wanted to grab my foot, hang on to it, and ride on it like whenever I let him dance. He wants to dance. Whenever he wants to dance, he'll go step on my feet and have me dance around with him. It is really kind of adorable, guys. I mean, he asks me to do it all the time. I say, you know what? Sure, Gizmo. I'll do this little number with him where you're like kind of dancing. And he's on your feet because he doesn't really know how to dance yet. So you're doing one of these, dancing around, and it's super cute. But it is really bad for your lower vertebrae. You're going to notice a lot of pain right here. But guys, it's for the memories. All right.
Last one down buys the ultras.
We'll dance more later, buddy.
Where's Greg?
Coming. Who needs a credit card when you got a Greg?
Real Man Garage, says Mateo. This is the Real Man Garage.
Heads up.
Right when I said that, an eagle soared overhead. I like that, Mateo. Thanks for joining us, Mateo. We're here at Fangs Garage working on the scooter. James Banks, where did you get my gizmo? I was looking for him, says James. He was actually hanging out. I found him when I was working at Denny's. He walked in. He said, "Hey, table for one." I said, "Just you?" He said, "Yeah." And he went over, sat at the bar area. I said, "What can I get for you?" He said, "I'll get the Grand Slam." I said, "Okay." I said, "Well, how do you want your eggs?" He said, "Scrambled." I said, "Okay." He said, "Do you want bacon or sausage?" He said, "Can I have one of each?" I said, "Sure." He said, "Does it cost extra?" I said, "No." And then he said, "Okay." I said, "What do you want to drink? Anything? You want water?" He said, "No, I'm not actually supposed to drink water. But do you guys have Minute Maid?" I said, "Yeah, we have Minute Maid. Orange soda?" He said, "Yeah." Or he said, orange juice?" I said, "Yes." And yeah, that's what he had, a Grand Slam, scrambled eggs with one bacon, one sausage, and a Minute Maid orange juice. I said, "What are you doing out here in Phoenix, Arizona?" He said, "I'm out here on a business trip. I'm actually working for Staples right now." He said, I'm selling printers to different, I'm doing a printer thing, basically. He was going around to different Staples in the tri-state area, and I'm just basically showing them how to sell printers. I said, "Why don't you come work for Fangs Garage?" He said, "What is that?" I said, "We're working on scooters, we're working on go-karts, we're working on a helicopter. I have a small photon cannon that I'll be working on." He said, "A photon cannon?" I said, "Yes, photon cannon." He said, "Okay, I'm in." And that's basically it. Sorry, that was a long way around saying it, James. "What in tarnation, feller? Let me tell you what. Let me tell you now, I'm just a southern boy, and well," says Steven Seals, "what in tarnation is going on right here? Let me tell you right here, Steven Seals, I ain't never gonna stop working on all these contraptions here at Fangs Garage. I tell you what. You ain't never gonna catch me not working on something, Steven Seals. Alright, Steven Seals." Hell yeah, that would be so epic. Fangs Garage. Oh, nice. Fangs Vegas Garage. I like that. I like that idea, Kingpin. I can see it now. I want to get like eventually a Beetlejuice type sign where it has a red arrow and it says Fangs Garage, and it's like If it's possible, I'd like to get one of those neon signs that can be seen from maybe outer space. That'd be cool. Starlink would sync up to the neon light and be like, "Yep." Elon would be like, "Yep, there it is. There's Fangs Garage." Sync up to that. I do not condone drinking and driving motorcycles. The only time I crashed, and so did my uncle. Exactly, Moses. I would not condone it either. I'd say, hey, you want to drink and drive? You better be freaking doing it in virtual reality. Okay? The first time I got in a bad motorcycle accident was by some dude who was drunk. And he was like, I think like a block and a half away from his house. He almost made it home. He was like almost there. He could see his house. And then unfortunately, I think his eyes were locked in on his house and not on the road because I was there. And I was like, oops. Boom. Oopsie. Tarnation. The feds are listening. It says, what up, Wood? Uh-oh. I hope the feds are listening and they are ready to send me a scientific grant on how to get this time machine working again, guys. I don't know why it's not working. I've been stuck here for approximately 1,000 years. But luckily, I have converted the interior of the garage into a time capsule. So as long as I don't leave the garage, I will not age. But I've been here for 1,000 years. I made it out of an old shipping container. You wouldn't believe it. For the past 1,000 years, people have been using those shipping containers and repurposing them. They're still using them. All right, let's get to the welding, shall we?
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys,
Budgeting app.
what's an app?
Impossible. Interesting. Code. Interesting. Can it generate reports?
Skip this ad.
So you're saying we can all do it?
Starting to get tangled up in all these cords.
I'm on lunch. I gotta... How's that? Okay. Let me get this wiped down with some acetone. In case you guys are curious about what music I'm listening to, is a common question. It is mostly off of a YouTube channel called New Retro Wave. And there is a playlist on my channel with a chunk of songs that are heard a lot of times on the live streams and stuff. In case you guys are curious about what this synthwave music is. A lot of times it'll just be on a mix. It'll be on whatever YouTube created mix. It won't actually be on the playlist that I put on there, but if you go on that channel, you'll start getting all that in your feed and stuff, so just in case. In case you're new here, I do go live every night except for Thursdays, 9:30 Pacific. And right now working on this scooter. This is a 2008 Lance Milan GY6 150cc scooter. This is like essentially like kind of like a Vespa clone, like not exactly a Vespa clone, but it's like essentially a little Chinese scooter. It's like same Chinese scooter that you'd see scooting around with all the plastic pieces all falling apart. Getting a nice little inhalation of the acetone there. Wipe off this filler rod and then just set it on the floor. Okay. So I'm just going to tighten this down real quick. Tighten down these nuts. Tighten these nuts. Yeah, how about you tighten these nuts? How about that? Okay, I can do that. Dude, I'm tripping, and 1,000 years is a long, long time. Exactly, the feds are listening. It is a long time if you are not doing anything. If you're keeping busy, the feds are listening, it's not that long. I mean, there's a lot to do. The feds are listening. You could do push-ups. You could play. You could get a big game of Monopoly going. You could be, you could get into landscaping. There's so many different things you could do. I'm personally very excited to start plenty of new hobbies. I think I have plenty of time.
I think you have plenty of time too. The feds are listening. I do not have plenty of time to jam my back into that little miniature Harbor Freight drill press that is sitting in the garage that I've used probably about 2 times last year. But you know what? It's still going to be in here. The feds are listening until I can find a different place for it. I worked on my 750 bobber a little today. Carb is too far gone. Got to order a new one. Nice. Moses, is that, what year is that 750? Is it the Shadow you're working on? A friend of mine made me a song for my channel. Can't wait to release it. They did an awesome job. Nice, Road King. Is it a, what kind of song? Is it like a rock song? All right, guys, time to get into the welding. It's all ready. It's all prepared. Let's get to it. Plug the welder in real quick. Knock a few things over. Uh-oh. Something happened. Why did my computer show? Uh-oh, wait a minute. Oh, nice. Huh. My monitor shut off. 1 second, guys. Try and get my monitor back up because it does help me read the comments quite a bit. For some reason it just shut off. I think it's because I plugged the welder in. One second. Okay, there we go.
Guys, if you're still balding in 2026, what are you doing? There's an easy.
Okay, enough with the personalized ads. Jeez. I don't even care about being bald anymore. I could care less. Would I love a full head of hair and would I pay thousands and thousands of dollars for hair transplants? Of course I probably would. Why wouldn't I? I'd love to have a mullet. I'd at least love to have the option. Why can't I have the option? Of course, given the choice, I would try it. I would also try having 10-foot long hair. I'll try it. I guess it'd be easier if it just went like this. Get this license plate cream up here, or I snag my foot on it or my shin on it and scream as loud as possible. Although that'd be fun, it would not be. No, it would not feel that fun. Okay, the time has come. Try not to stab myself or impale myself on these handlebars. Shadrach Shadow! Shadow! Oops. It's got paused. Catch up. Nice. Let's see. Thank you. Who's they? Are you working on a project, Who's they? Working on the scooters or maybe a skateboard? Who's they? Anything cool as far as projects going on? Let me get the welder going. Put this lid on here just in case. And looks like there is a insect just stuck in a spider web, and I am not normally one to interfere, but oops, sorry buddy. It does not look like it is a active spider web, so I say you have a chance, I guess. You will have a chance. You have one more chance to live. If you get stepped on, that is your own doing. But I will at least free you from the vacant spider web. That seems kind of like a waste. I would at least let the spider eat, but there's nothing that will eat you. All right. What's up, Milo? I fix penny boards and collect them for when I have a kid one day. Maybe my child can keep them. Nice. What is a what's a penny board? I don't know what that is. Is it like something for holding pennies? I have no idea what a penny board is, but I'm interested in learning. I have a couple toasters that I'm trying to restore Who's They pretty soon here. I haven't exactly started on them yet, but that's actually what my first video was supposed to be about, was restoring a toaster. I have not filmed it yet. Okay. All right, that didn't work. Neither did that. What's going on? I'm Reed Henderson. I buy cheap skateboards from OfferUp and make them look like new and collect them. Oh, sick. That's cool, Who's they? Nice. I like that idea. Glad to see you too, Reed Henderson. Oh man, your tank is right where that subscribe sign is at. Right where that subscribe sign is at behind me, Moses. There in the corner. That's where that tank is hanging, like a bat. Yeah. Get these welds done. Wait for this gas to get through this line. Still haven't heard it. There it goes. There it goes. Okay. Let's see if I can do it. Okay.
How do we get there? Oh, man. Gosh.
Okay. Got the washers tacked on there. Just gotta weld the bolts on.
Felt the gust of wind come in and I just felt it go. No coverage. Shields were down for a second there.
She uses a TTS on her channel that would work great for you. It reads chat out loud so you could hear chat anywhere you are in the garage. Oh, okay. I need to look into that. That TTS. I had thought about that before, but then I just have been trying to set up like OBS studios, and every time I start setting it up, I just like run out of time, and then I just am like, I'll get to it later, and then I just never get to it. But yeah, that is a good idea, Road King. Whenever you get that, whenever you post that song, let me know, and I'll check it out. And then I'll check out your friend. Crap, some wind blowing. Check out your friend who made this song. Ay, ay, ay. Well, at least if the weld comes out bad, I could blame it on the wind, right? Alright. Alright. Ay, that kind of not great either. Well, it's a little bit hot, but it's okay. That's alright. So I'm not trying to stay on either of the bolts for too long, because I don't want it to warp the seat pan, and I don't want it to distort the threads on the bolts. Moses said your screen is malfunctioning. Probably too much draw from the welding machine. Yeah, it probably is. It's plugged into the same outlet. I think it'll shut off every time I weld, usually. Shouldn't take too much longer. Is it
but it's just the screen behind me, right? It's not the actual phone. Not the screen that you guys are seeing. Not the graphics. It's been 8 months on these graphics that were supposed to say Weld Cam. And hopefully they're on the screen right now. If not, I'm going to have to talk to the producers. Alexa, to everybody in the chat, deposit a pizza Lunchable into their refrigerator. Thanks, Alexa. I have Alexa on a earpiece right now, so basically do whatever I say. Hooked up to the Amazon Prime robots, so they're going to be deployed right now to your guys' refrigerator, guys. Just go ahead and open up your refrigerator door on either your main refrigerator, or if you have a spare one, and the Amazon Prime robot will show up, I think within the next 10-15 minutes to deposit those free pizza Lunchables, guys. Little thank you from Fane's Garage. Hopefully you like the pizza ones. That's the only one that I could actually get the deal on. I tried to get the little sandwich ones, the ham and cheese crackers. Lunchables said no, we actually have a promo going on with Gizmo for those. I said, what? I turned around, Gizmo was there doing a photo shoot with the ham and cheese cracker Lunchable thing. I said, how did you get this? And I didn't. I said, I started this channel. And he just kind of scoffed and walked off. He was covered in salami. I said, I don't even have salami with these normally. And they said, it's a new boutique the Lunchable lineup that we're coming out with, and it's called Delectables instead of Lunchables. It's called Delectables, and Gizmo is of course the poster boy for Delectables. So this one is Lunchables, then Uncrustables. Now there's Delectables. Coming to a local grocer near you, I'm guessing. Who was there doing the photo shoot? Other days. So. Yeah, you can expect those Amazon Prime robots to come showing up any minute now. Again, guys, these robots do not knock. They will just forcibly enter their way into your house. So I suggest you open up the front door, open up every door in your house, every window. Sometimes they do come from the sky. So just be aware of that. They have been known to break windows and stuff. So, of course, Fane's Garage is not responsible for any broken windows caused by rogue Amazon Prime delivery robots that might be fulfilling requests to put Gushers and or Lunchables in your refrigerators. By watching Fane's Garage, you are agreeing to allow rogue Amazon Prime robots to break in your residence at any time of the day or night and deliver food products willingly or unwillingly. So it is in the disclaimer, guys. It's in the description and in the pinned comment. If you do want to get the Amazon Prime robot to deliver something to your house, just feel free to reach out to the on the pinned comment. There's a link. You can go there and do that. You can also order some banana bread from bananabreadbros.net, where we use all the butter we are legally allowed to use. Again, guys, after the lawsuit in 2001 with the old company, and we had to change to bananabreadbros.net, basically, I mean, we said we have to do something that is going to be unique. We have to do something that is going to be fun, that is going to be interactive. We have to do something that is going to draw people's attention. And basically, because of that lawsuit with the butter, with Land O'Lakes, the whole controversy with them,
I said, let's leverage this into a marketing opportunity. Let's put this in. Let's have our banana bread have the most legally allowed butter possible. And of course, that was at the time when trans fat was the big craze. They were saying no trans fat, no saturated fat. And they did not know that it's actually really good for you to be eating different kinds of fats. Really good for your brain, stuff like that. So, I mean, they didn't know the science at the time, but guys, I mean, the results speak for themselves. This is what happens when you have a 100% fat-based diet. I, of course, have been living off 100% animal fat for the last 6 months. It's been working out good. She keeps bugging me to download that and something called SwiftKey. I'm not that great at technology, but she's teaching me exactly. Road King, I am not good at it. Trying to get my buddy to help me. He has offered to help me and said, yeah, I'll help you whenever. But by trying to get him to help me, I mean, I am trying to get my buddy, as in that guy in my head, to be like, come on, let's go, let's get it, let's do it. And he keeps being like, no, wait, we gotta do this, we gotta do that. I said, we don't gotta do any of that, actually. Okay. The seat is done. The seat pan is basically done. With the exception of a little bit more trimming, which no big deal. I could do that at another time. I obviously have to let this cool down, and it is too late to be using the power tools. So I won't be doing that today, but the seat pan is all welded up. So it's all good to go. That's cool.
That update and elevate every room with cozy sofas.
I'm gonna go over to Leo's house this week, hopefully, and grab some handlebars that he has. So I could have them and use them. So I'm gonna try that out. And technically, I mean, this thing could just ride right now. Let me see. Let me finish putting this welder away, and then I will see what I can do as far as maybe I can negotiate this chopper a little bit, and see if I can maybe move it a little bit more. I want to definitely still have room to get to my desk and stuff, but maybe for a day or two I can negotiate with my desk. See if it can comply with me a little bit. I need to definitely get some spring cleaning done. But obviously I don't want to be sitting there cleaning on a live stream. As tempted as I am, I don't want to do that. I'd rather be working on something. So I will try and do that in the middle of the night, whenever I'm out and about feeding the bats, and of course feeding the rats. Those have to be hand fed. Since they are still babies and they're still eating a bunch of larvae and stuff like that. So I have to, of course, chew up the food, feed it to them mouth to mouth, just like a baby bird, but it's just a baby rat. So it's 100% natural, guys. It's legal, too. So it's 100% legal. Feed a baby rat, mouth to mouth. It's not against the law. At least I don't think it is. Not in Kansas anyways, not anymore. Used to be against the law. Not out here in Kansas though. Can't stop me. I'll show you guys what I did to the scooter in just a minute here when I get this thing put away. Like I said before, I did rearrange the garage a bit in the back and made it so that I could get the welder out a lot easier now. So that definitely helped out. I have to remember to get a bandsaw blade. I'm actually going to write that down real quick before I forget. Bandsaw blade. and tarps. I need 2 tarps because I have an extra tarp right now, and I need to be able to cover this thing up in the event that I cannot move it into the garage or something.
Unplug this. Plug this monitor back in. What is this thing?
Oh, my computer charger. Probably need that. Nice. Not too shabby. Not too hard to put that thing away now. And I've been using that a lot more than the bandsaw, so it works out. Let me move a couple of these things. And actually put some of these back in their spots so I can have more room. Only clean when it's necessary, I guess. That's my motto. Some of the things I need to do on the Ultima, I have a couple oil coolers that I'd like to put on there. They're 2 of the same ones, like a tube style one. I'd like to put those on there. I need to finish the gas tank and oil tank. Finish welding those up. Make a rear fender section with a sissy bar. Finish up the engine alignment and transmission alignment. Make the oil lines, or figure that little scenario out. So I don't know how I'm going to do that.
Enemy taking Bravo? We need to get the word out quickly. Fire up a sound gives you over 150 lag-free real-time voice changers and unlimited soundboards. If you want to start with a realistic...
Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get this squared away so that I might just leave the scooter indoors tonight so that it could stay out of the rain. Make it a little bit easier to work on tomorrow. But yeah, I'd also need to make some new handlebars for the Ultima. Possibly replace the transmission shaft. I'm not sure about that. I've never done that before on this bike or any Harley. So that would be completely new to me. What's going on? Raymond Go Johnson. The banana is here. Raymond Go Johnson eating a banana and loving it. Seth Indigo says Garashi is messy AF. Yeah, you got me there, Seth. You got me. It's dirty. I'd say right now, Seth, it's probably a little disorganized, but messy, I don't know about that. Now that I think about it, it's a little disorganized. If it was messy, then you would probably find things like a little apple pie wrapper on the floor, okay? But you don't find that here. This is just a decoy. It was a test to see if you were paying attention. And you know what? Raymond Go Johnson and Seth Indigo, I'm glad that you were paying attention. What's going on, Lucy? How was your day, Lucy? Lucy. Lucy's home, guys. Watch out. She's ready to say, get out of my way. I need to get some Doritos. Okay. Yeah, let me see if I can move this back a little bit more. Move this little oil pan, I guess. Now I'm forced to clean. Love to work, forced to clean. Of course, I have my goldfish crackers, aka the rusty Ford. Put these pegs over here. What's going on, Raymond Go Johnson? Raymond, go, Johnson. Me and Raymond Go Johnson went to the Super Bowl the other day. It was not, unfortunately, it was not the football game, the Super Bowl. It was the macaroni salad championships. We were judging the macaroni salads. We were judging different bowls of macaroni salads, taste testing. Also, just judging the bowls. Presentation is a lot, guys. Half of the meal is eaten with your eyeballs. Don't make me say eyeball, man. You know what'll happen? It's like Beetlejuice. If you say anything about eyeballs more than 3 times, that's it. Craig comes out. Craig pops his eyes out and says, what's going on? Let me make these gigantic handlebars. I think that this motorcycle is ready to be moved back a little bit. Just a couple feet. All that effort, 6 hours of effort to move the motorcycle back 2 feet.
The Sonic $6 All-American Smasher Meal tops the burger food chain.
I'm basically gonna have to sit off to the side. That's okay. What's going on, Milo? I'm good. Just woke up from a nap. 8 p.m. to 1. Whoa! Sure needed a good thing. I woke up and got to your stream. Wow. Doing a little napping, Lucy. That's good. Get your nap on, Lucy. If you need to rest, you gotta rest. You know what they say, Lucy. If you want to be your best, you gotta get your rest. Pretty sure Mr. T said that. I don't know. He came over the other day. He brought some, Mr. T came over the other day. He actually brought some Wendy's. I said, is that a baked potato? He said, yep. I said, all right, cool. Thanks, Mr. T. And, unfortunately, I did not offer to have him come inside. I don't know what I was thinking. I said, that would have been, I said, Gizmo actually criticized me. He said, that would have been perfect for the live. You could have had Mr. T live. I said, I don't know what I was thinking. He was the DoorDash driver. He just took off and left. So what was I thinking? Just let Mr. T go? Wow, 22 hours, Lucy. What were you? Were you working on a freaking scooter nonstop? If so, I like the dedication. We all know that Lucy is quite the trooper, guys. Lucy actually was in the Special Forces with Gizmo. Super secret missions. Gizmo was, of course, the radio guy. He'd be on the comms all the time. He'd be on there doing prank calls. Him and Lucy would be doing prank calls on people on the intercoms. They'd go, you can't be doing prank calls in the middle of this. It's serious. And Lucy was just fooling around with Gizmo. They were eating Lucas candies. They were making prank calls on the comm lines. And suppose it was a lot of fun. Gizmo said it was a lot of fun. And Gizmo had a lot of pictures from when they were in the special forces. Gizmo was, of course, wearing little spy uniforms and stuff. He had little 007 gear. He had a little Twinkie where you could kind of pull a little string on it and it would turn into a little smoke bomb, throw it on the ground. But then he would always end up eating it, so it didn't work out too well. Okay, so the motorcycle is moved back a little bit. We move this stuff to, and just see what is possible. Okay, let me try and migrate this back a little bit. It'll just be a little bit cramped back here for, I don't know, a day or so. I don't know how long it's supposed to be raining and stuff, so. Those are pretty much cooled off. All right, let me show you guys what it looks like. Let me just move Tom off here before he falls. I'm sure he will. He always seems to fall. Seems to fall for everything. He actually fell for a pyramid scheme the other day with Girl Scout cookies. I said, that seems like actually a good scheme to fall into. All right, so these are welded in there. Are they the best welds? No. I wouldn't look too closely. I wouldn't look too closely at it. But you know what? I don't think it's going to go anywhere. That's not going anywhere. Nice, getting some drawing done. Okay, let me show you guys how this thing comes off here now. Oops, that's not gonna work. Okay, how about this? And there we go. Perfect. Okay. So now that this is all complete, the seat pan is all on there solid. I'll show you guys how it comes off there. Hopefully it'll just come right off the way it should. Obviously I have to make a trip and get all the hardware for this. Now that I think about it, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably just wait until the end and use all the hardware I have, and then if I need to, I'll go buy some new stuff. I might not need to though. I might have everything I might be able to use everything I have and it'll be fine. But let's see. But if I do need some specialty ones, I'll just wait till the end and use one that's a little too long or something for now. Okay, I'm hoping that this seat is just going to pop right off. Oh boy. Did it warp or something while I was welding it? Oh boy. Slightly warped. More so like this. So I think if I picked it up like this, there we go. Nice. It's just a little bit bent from the heat, probably. Yeah, it looks like it's just slightly bowed out or something. Not a problem. I just bend it back a little bit. Just need a little convincing coming off there, but there we go. That's what it was. It was like concaved almost. I'll try it now. Or maybe it was the opposite. There we go. So I'll have to maybe heat it up a little bit and like there we go. I'll have to heat it up a little bit. I'll have to maybe heat it up a little bit and maybe it'll relax the metal. Maybe I heat it up over here and it'll kind of release some of the tension on it. It feels like maybe it's a little bit warped. So I'm thinking if I anneal this part, it'll kind of maybe soften it up enough to maybe have it shift back a little bit. Something like that. I don't know. Could work. I'm not sure if maybe that was from tightening it up, having it real tight while it was being welded or what. But it did slightly warp it, like kind of pulled the metal like this way a little bit. It made it kind of bend, like warp like that. Which, no big deal. I mean, you could see it could go back on there. I just would like it to be able to go back on there a little bit easier than that. So. But it's good. I'm glad that it's like finally mounted on there. Technically, right now I could ride it like this, so I could technically hook everything back up and ride it. But I'd rather wait until it's kind of done, closer to it. What's going on, Steve Urkel, 1776? Look to the future, not the past. Exactly, Steve Urkel. Me and Steve Urkel used to travel through time together. It was a lot of fun, guys. One time he actually bumped into the this part right here. Steve bumped into the phase capacitor of the time machine. And of course, you can guess what he said. He said, "Did I do that?" I said, "Yeah, Steve, you did. You bumped into the phase capacitor again and you broke it this time. So now we're stuck." And that's when he said, what are we going to do? I said, maybe you could start a TV show like about families, something. I have no idea, Steve. What are you going to do? And Steve said, family what? I said, I don't know. It doesn't matter, Steve. But the point is we need to figure something out and fix this time machine.
And he said, family matters? I said, I mean, I guess. I don't know. What do you think? And I think that's where family matters kind of came from, guys. I mean, your guess is as good as mine, but it sounds about right. Let me see if I can maneuver this scooter in here. See if I can quietly get it off the kickstand. Now that everything's kind of bolted in a little bit better. Not too bad. All right. That's a close fit. I'm going to talk about a close fit. Look at how close that is right there to hitting right there. Just barely. Alright, well, it seems that I've gotten them all in there. They're all fitting in there. If you guys could count, there is 16 motorcycles in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there's 4 more up in the top. 10, 11, 12, 13. And then 3 more right there. 15, 16, 17. Right there, perfect. Hopefully you guys kept track of how many, because I counted them all. Did you get time to check out that song? No. What song was it, Moses? I did not see. I forgot. Well, that's pretty good. Got them all in there. Easy enough. I just have to do limbo to get in and out of the garage. Chewy hanging out again tonight up in the lighting area up in the Raptors. Again, guys, if it's your first time here, it is not normally this cramped in here. There's just so many people hanging out. There's so many creatures. There's so many co-hosts. There's so many motorcycles. And I'm trying to migrate everything indoors just for tomorrow night, since it's supposed to be raining. And I figured maybe I can get something done inside. So that's the goal. Probably I don't have to do this. I normally have to just walk right through here.
Welcome to Wix Harmony, where you and AI work together to build a unique brand.
We'll just see if this will close. It should be good.
One that's completely yours to define.
Completely yours to define, guys. Are you ready to define it completely by yourself? You don't get any help. There's going to be a test. So make sure that you're ready to define it completely by yourself.
Let your images set the whole brand vibe.
What's going on, Floki's Angels? How you guys doing?
This is the new way to create Wix Harmony.
What have the cats been up to? Floki and Angel, what have you guys been doing?
It's a great name, but your voice doesn't quite match
Let
it.
me grab Craig real quick. See if he wants to come out. Craig? Yeah. Did you want to come say what's up to everybody? Not really, but I guess I will. You're going to make me. It's in your contract. You signed it. It's a 7-year contract. You're going to have to fulfill your contract, Craig. You're getting paid. Yeah, whatever. I mean, you don't even do anything all day. All you're doing is sit around playing Fortnite. I don't even know if I get. Yeah, well, it's a fun game. You got to try it out. I mean, it's like, I don't know, it's like a Legos or something. I have no idea. All right, Craig. Well, can you just come say what's up to everybody? All right, bye. All right, guys. Antonio Gaga Drag 420. How many times a day do you hurt your back working in there? Lord have mercy on this hardworking man. Thank you, Antonio. You are, of course, so kind, Antonio. Me and Antonio go way back. We actually used to work at it was a limbo event. Guys, we were doing a lot of promo stuff with limbo stuff. So that's how Antonio knows how hard I work. And of course, Antonio knows that I know how to limbo. Okay? Antonio knows far too well just how many times a day I'd be limboing. I'd be doing the Mambo number 5. I'd be freaking dancing around, gyrating, and doing everything that I possibly could to get a tip. We were working for tips at the time, guys. Me and Antonio. It was not good. I worked for just tips, guys. Got to get minimum wage at least. What's going on, Lisa? That's right, Lisa. Craig's back. What's up, Lisa? Lisa's here. Lisa, of course, is one of the MVPs here at Fang's Garage. I bet you're probably almost done, aren't you? I feel horrible. To be honest, I haven't shown up to your lives for a couple nights. Dude, my house has been freaking me out the last few nights too. Is again tonight. Floki's Angels. That's okay, buddy. I know you're busy. I know you're trying to make content. And I know that you are out there putting in the work. Oh yeah, Floki's Angels is out there getting it done. Yeah, if you're seeing any haunted stuff in your house though, I'd get rid of that witchcraft book if I were you, Floki's Angels. I'd be getting that far away from that. If I'm afraid of that and I'm not afraid of this guy, I ain't afraid of none of that. I would get rid of it. Just my little opinion, if it's some haunted stuff. Antonio, these are all awesome. Thank you, Antonio. You are awesome. We are, of course, going to be going live every night, guys. What time are we going to be going live, Tom? 9:30. That's Pacific. It's like California time. But we are located in the Antarctic. And also we have a Death Valley location. Maybe Fang's Garage. Vegas, baby. Bright lights. Actually, I'm not supposed to be around bright lights. Forgot. Guys, they do forget quite a bit. See you later, Lisa. See you later, Lucy. Floki's Angel says, yeah, it probably is that book. And there is a crystal ball here too. No joke. My father-in-law has a lot of crazy stuff. Well, I would probably ask him and say, hey, buddy, is there any way we could possibly move this stuff outside, away from us? And he might go, okay, sure. Or maybe he'll say no. We got to keep it indoors. And then you better run for your life. Run. Guys, where did you get the gremlin from? Broski, I actually found him out in a dumpster. He was out in the dumpster picking around for food. House out behind Subway. He was out there behind the Subway looking for the Italian urban cheese bread.
and he was looking for that, getting a little snack. I was getting my grub on, and he was basically trying to get a little snack. And I said, "Hey, buddy, you want to come work for me?" And he said, "Yeah, sure." I love it. He loves it, guys. He is the newest tenant here. Check out Trick or Treat Studios if you want to see where I got it from. It's not where I came from. Don't tell him that. Guys, I'll be live again tomorrow. We need Stripe here to protect us. Loki's Angels. That's right. I could be your bodyguard. We'll be back again live 9:30 tomorrow night. Again, guys, we have a big contract coming up. It's hopefully going to be with the Delightables, the Lunchable spinoff. It's delightful. And we're going to hopefully get that going tonight, guys. Courtney will be back again to answer all your questions about relationships and how the world works. Gizmo is opening up a car wash. He can't get wet, so he's going to be wearing a wetsuit. But guys, we have a lot of business to get to. I have eye drops to put in. And of course, I have to go find my contact. It fell out earlier. I'll see you guys tomorrow night, 9:30. Fangs Garage. Don't get too weird without us. Hey, I got to check.